We are the Big Joe and Laura Show here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix, welcoming you to Thursday. Oh, so close to Friday, April 18th. Good morning, Laura. How are you doing?
You know, I'm here. I'm awake. The little guy is back in my room, even though I put him in the crib the night before. It's just a whole thing.
Oh, it didn't really go that well, or?
The camera was being a little too weird, which we talked about my creepy baby monitor camera yesterday. And
Yes.
You could catch up with the radio on demand. I'm going to be honest, it didn't go well, so he's back in our room tonight and last night, and that's okay. He slept better. It was kind of nice to have him. We put him in the pack and play, so he actually had more room, and I think he slept a little better than he ever has. So
Yeah, let me stretch out, Mom. Thank you. This is good.
All this extra leg room. Let's go.
Wouldn't mind a snacky, I'm just saying. Toss it my way.
Listen, he did get himself a late night snack, so all is well.
I yesterday went out after it quit raining, cats and dogs. I went out and I took Benny and Paddington for a walk. I know that seems basic, but I don't do it enough. Like, I play with them in the backyard, but I mean, dogs, if you have one, I feel like should be walked every day. They should be out there exploring, sniffing, having a good time.
Yeah.
So I this is one goal of mine. Like, no matter what, at least get them in like a half an hour walk. So we did that yesterday, and I also had my brother-in-law's dog Dawson, and we went, the three of us, quite the walk. One slow, two very fast.
I was going to say, little Dawson looks so sad in your video. I know he's not sad. It's just the way he looks compared to Benny and Paddington.
I think several times during the walk he tried to end things because I'm like, he had the type of like the
like
leash.
The sad Spider-Man music's playing underneath him the entire time.
The type of leash he has is where it'll go out, but you can click it to stop it, but it comes back and forth because
Yeah.
he's sometimes slow. But I'm like, Dawson, please get off of Diamond Avenue, please.
It's not worth it, Dawson. Come back to the sidewalk.
But along the way, I forget where it was, but it's kind of near Black Napkin, kind of in the corner over there by like Fulton and Diamond. On the other side of it, there's like this industrial thing. Alarms are going off, so the Grand Rapids Fire Department was out there checking it out, and they were just wrapping up. It was perfect timing. I ran into two people. They're like, "Hey, can we pet your dogs?" I'm like, "Sure,
Yeah,
okay."
why not?
Thought I was in trouble at first, like having firefighters. Hey,
Hey,
you idiot, get out
we
of here!
got dogs here.
But I want to give a shout out, probably sleeping now, but engine operator Ben Walsh, firefighter Amanda West. They're from Station 11 for the Grand Rapids Fire Department. But
That's
they were really cool.
awesome.
I also gave them my address in case, God forbid, I ever need them to come.
I was
But
going to say, like, listen, if this address ever comes up, please take care of me. I'm mildly important in the community.
so, not
Only
really.
only mildly, though.
I'll just never financially recover. So I need to make that connection.
Please help.
All right. Well, hopefully you're having a good day. We'd love to hear from you. You just want to say hi, hello. Maybe you got something cool you're doing. Want to remind you as well, today on the show, we've got Laura Can't Lose. That jackpot keeps on getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I think it's up to $45, $40 today.
Okay,
so
okay.
We're building it up. Maybe I'll get back to my best of $60 before someone snags it from me. Fingers crossed.
And then we got Big Joe's Jukebox. You play and you win. You're getting a $50 Qdoba gift card.
That is pretty sweet.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
Michigan native Paul Walter Hauser is a talented actor, and he's known for roles in I, Tonya and Cobra Kai. And now he's been cast to play Chris Farley in an upcoming biopic, a.k.a. biopic. That's how I say it. The movie is expected to explore Farley's rise to fame, his friendship with fellow SNL cast member David Spade. They also did some movies together, too. And the personal demons that ultimately led to his demise at the age of 33. I remember Saturday Night Live. I think everybody does. My
Of course.
favorite thing was when Chris Farley played motivational speaker Matt Foley.
Before I begin, I ought to tell you a little about myself so you'll know where I'm coming from. First off, I am 35 years old. I am thrice divorced, and I live in a van down by the river.
Oh, God. One of the funniest things to ever happen on SNL. I was always a huge fan of the Chippendales sketch also.
Yes, with Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, where they're dancing shirtless. It's just so good. But good for Paul Walter Hauser making Grand Rapids look really great. And speaking of movies, sometimes movies really are just like real life. And one anonymous Michigan lottery winner recently revealed that his trying to live like a movie won him $500,000.
What did he do?
Well, he was watching a movie and the main character won on a lottery ticket, like a ton of money. And he's like, I kind of look like that guy. Maybe I should buy a lottery ticket. So he goes to Flint, he buys a lottery ticket, scratches it off in front of his friends, and what do you know? He is $500,000 richer, all because some guy in a movie bought a lottery ticket and won. So he thought maybe I should do it too.
Why does this never happen to me? Nothing. I'm the person that watches a movie, sees a car accident, and then gets into one.
Well, here you go. Here's some more fuzzies. He is going to use the money to take care of his kids and go on vacation. So at least he's going to do something nice with his new movie life.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Dad. And your final need to know news story, we're going to Ohio where a high school student will miss out on her senior prom after getting suspended. Now, that's nothing new. Kids get suspended all the time and miss out on stuff. But the reason why? She brought a bag of corn chips to school.
She missed out on going to the NBCTC prom, and now we have found out that she's not going to be able to go to her homeschool prom over a bag of potato chips. Allie had Taki chips on the school bus. She was hungry. Somebody gave her some chips. She opened them on the school bus. She ate them. She had 2 chips left back in her bag. She got off the bus. She ate the remainder of the 2 chips. She put the trash in a trash can. She went to her class. The school principal called her down to the office. And at that point, they asked her if she ate the chips. She said yes, and they suspended her for 5 days.
Listen, I get someone's allergic to Takis, but they're Takis. You can't kick somebody out of prom for eating food, especially if she threw it away before walking into the classroom.
Seems like a big overreaction. Like to not let somebody go to prom for that?
Yeah, give them ISS for a day or something. I get that there has to be discipline, especially if there's risks to someone's health.
Laura, not everybody knows what ISS is besides you and me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I never went. All my friends did.
School suspension. That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
We always want to be a better version of ourselves, but do you ever wish you could go back and tell yourself to be a better version of yourself? Hey, we're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, and I don't know if it's the late nights I've been spending feeding my little guy where I have all this time to just be inside my head, or if I'm just getting older now that I'm getting way closer to 40 than I'm comfortable with. But lately I've been thinking about how I wish I could go back in time and just kind of give myself a tiny little bit of life advice of hey, if you do this, this, and this, you're going to have a way better time in your late 30s. And so I want to know, what is one thing you wish you would have thought more about when you were younger? You can give us a call at 616-600-0957. Big Joe, what about you?
There's probably a bunch, Laura, but the one thing I think that applies to me, and I hope anyone listening to this will take stock of things, try new things even if it scares you. I really believe I would have liked doing it and had a lot of fun doing theater in school. I love improv, but I also love theater, but I never did it. I just was too afraid to try it out. Now it's just, gosh, my 20-year high school reunion's coming up, and it's so funny to look at all the things I was afraid of. And there are people I care about, but all the things I worried about people I don't even know. And it didn't matter, but I got so upset and so worried about it.
Absolutely. I mean, okay, so if you were to be in any play or musical, which one would you wanted to be in? Was there one you wanted to try out for in school or just in general?
I think just in general. I just always love the idea of playing another character. I do a bunch of weird stuff anyways. Same thing with the radio show, the Big Joe, or I guess Joe Pash, my real name, that you talk to every day. It's the same person on air. Maybe I'm a little bit dumber, but I love getting to just, it's fun to play and do voices and just... That seems so interesting to me, and that's just one example of not doing something for whatever reason that I probably should have tried out at least. And if I didn't like it, so be it.
Yeah, at least you would have had the opportunity to try it out for sure. Now, mine, I wish I had gone back and planned life out a little bit better. And
How so?
Well, when I was younger, I was kind of one of those just burn it down kind of people. I was I'm not going to make it to 30. I'll do whatever I want.
I feel like you still are. But
I know, but I made it past 30 and I still don't know what to do with it. And so, I made a lot of, financial decisions and stupid things that I wish I had gone back and just, taken a step back and go, hey, dummy, put some of that money aside. Hey, you don't need this. Hey, you could do this, this, and this a lot better. Or even just career choices, as much as I love being in radio, there's a couple of my radio stops along the way that I wish I should have walked away from much sooner than I did.
I think a lot of people have that.
Yeah, because I didn't respect myself and I didn't understand my worth. And now that I'm older and more established, I'm like, God, I put up with so much crap I didn't have to put up with.
Yeah, you know what? That just... Even radio or not, there's probably just a job. You're I can't leave here. And sometimes the best thing ever happens. It does not seem like it at the time. You get let go.
Yeah. And then you realize, oh my God, my life is so much better now that I don't deal with that anymore. So we want to know, we've been a little vulnerable with you. We would like you to give us a little bit back. What do you wish you would have thought more about when you were younger? Give us a call, 616-600-0957.
Hey, we're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
We want to know, what one thing do you wish you would have thought more about when you were younger? You can give us a call at 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app like Christy in Grand Rapids, who said, my college degree, psychology with a teaching degree. I should have done something in fitness. I don't even teach.
Oh, that's the worst. I didn't even go to college, but I hear from people like, yeah, I went to school for 4 years and I have all this debt and I don't even use it. I'm like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, listen, I'm very borderline close to that. I barely have radio in my degree, and that's the only reason I can kind of justify it. And then M in Belding said, inflation and just how much crap it costs these days. I wish I would have saved a lot sooner. Amen, sister. I really thought I had more time, and I did not prepare appropriately. And now I'm like, am I ever going to own a home one day? Like, it's insane. Again, we want to hear from you. What do you wish you could have thought more about when you were younger? 616-600-0957. Ashley in Fremont, what's one thing you wish you could have thought more about when you were younger?
Don't settle. There's going to be so many people in your life who treat you in a way that doesn't feel good. You deserve more. You will have more. You will get more. Don't settle. Don't waste the time.
Oh my gosh, Ashley, that's genuinely some of the greatest advice you could give anyone point blank, because everybody has a situation where they're like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept pushing for myself or advocated for myself or whatever the situation may be. What do you wish you hadn't settled on?
You know, there's a lot of, when you're younger and you're teenagers and you're in high school and you think, I'm going to be with this person forever. You're not.
No. No, you're not.
And I wish, and you know, talking to my little sister now, I'm wishing always I could tell her, people her age, like, you deserve more. Your life doesn't end when you graduate high school. You're going to meet new people. There's going to be so many better opportunities, and you deserve the world.
Oh my gosh.
For all girls and boys, don't settle. If it feels icky, it is icky.
I love that. If it feels icky, it is icky. Everybody tattoo that on your forehead. Keep saying it to yourself every day.
That's something you should tell your younger self. Don't get a forehead tattoo.
No, well, whatever. Either way, whatever you got to do to remember that. But I think that's the best advice you could possibly give somebody, Ashley. You're truly right. Yeah, I think people forget that there's so much life ahead of them. And even those of us in our 30s and 40s, it's the same deal. You have so much life ahead of you. Do not settle. Do not compromise. And do what you need to do to make you happy.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it. You want to join in the conversation? We have this up right now on our Mix 95.7 GR Facebook page.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
From Jennison, we've got Dave on the phone.
Welcome back, Dave. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you today?
Pretty good. I know that when you show up, I'm probably going to lose today, so I'm not feeling super confident. I'm going to be real honest, but I'm excited for you because maybe you'll walk away with the $35 Michigan Lottery ticket jackpot if you do beat me today.
Woo! Sounds great.
Dave, let's get it going. Go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio.
Laura, get on out of here.
All right, I'll go on get.
Okay, when Laura closes that door, I'll ask you the question number 1. What is the longest river that is entirely in Michigan?
The Grand River.
Question 2, what ship carried the Pilgrims to America in 1620?
The Mayflower.
Question 3, on the reality TV show The Bachelor, what do contestants need to receive to stay in the competition?
A rose.
Question 4, in the movie Forrest Gump, what does Forrest say life is like?
A box of chocolate.
Question 5, where did rapper Macklemore go to pop some tags with only $20 in his pocket?
The thrift shop.
Dave, I'm going to bring Laura back in.
Laura! La 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 Laura!
All right, well, while Laura's walking back in, Dave, what do you do for work?
So I am a heating and cooling technician.
Ooh, that sounds like a very popular job. People asking for favors all the time.
For sure.
How do you feel about favors for friends or radio people you know?
Hey, we'll talk off air.
Okay.
Hey, good to know. It's not just straight no.
Laura, welcome back. Here's the deal.
It's weird. Dave got all of them right magically just because he's going to help Joe out, right? No.
Well, that could be. He did go 5 for 5.
Oh, okay. He did it on his own. Crap.
Yeah. All right, Laura, let's see if you can at least tie and force another day or, well, you know what happens.
Yeah, I know what happens if I lose. Let's go.
Question 1. What is the longest river entirely in Michigan?
I only know of one river in Michigan. So
Let's hope it's that one.
I know it's going to be the wrong answer. Is it the Thornapple River?
That's the only river you know, huh?
Or what's the river? It's one of the 3 rivers.
Just give
St.
me-
Joseph River?
Give me a guess.
I don't know. Either of those. I'll guess either of those because I know they're both wrong.
You blew it! No, you're so dumb. For real.
It's the Grand River, Laura.
Oh, come on. I should have thought of that.
It's Grand? Okay, well, Dave's up 1-0. Question 2 on this train wreck. What ship carried the Pilgrims to America in 1620?
I mean, there were 3 of them. The Nina, the Pinta, and that's Christopher Columbus. I don't even know.
Wow, this is getting worse. We should have stopped it. No, it was the Mayflower.
Oh, yeah.
Laura's going to need a Mayflower truck to move after this embarrassing loss. Dave is up 2-0. Question 3. On the reality TV show The Bachelor, what do contestants need to receive to stay in the competition?
I think it's a rose, right?
Look at you. Yes, Laura's on the board.
Oh, at least I showed up.
Wow, 3-1 going into question 4. In the movie Forrest Gump, what does Forrest say life is like?
A box of chocolates, because
Okay.
I never know which answers I'm going to get.
Yeah, exactly. That's us around here. All right, Dave is leading 4-2 going into the final question. Number 5, where did rapper Macklemore go to pop some tags with only $20 in his pocket?
The thrift store, obviously.
I almost want to say that's wrong. The thrift shop, but sure.
Whatever, it's the same thing.
No, it's not. I'm going to pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
It's a thrift shop, thrift store, whatever.
I'm going to the thrift store. Okay, well, even though we're giving that one to Laura, don't worry, Dave. You still beat her 5-3 today.
Ouch.
All right, Laura, you know what you have to do now, right?
Oh, I have to say it now?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Laura from Alger Heights, and yes, I can lose.
If you would like to take on Laura and obviously have a good chance at beating her, call 616-600-0957.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
The Grand Rapids Griffins are in the playoffs and looking for a third Calder Cup championship. At least we got somebody to cheer on.
No kidding.
The Griffins are going to face the Ice Hogs in the best of 5 Central Division semifinals. The first 2 playoff games that are going to be at Van Andel Arena have been set for Wednesday, May 1st and Friday, May 3rd. Tickets are now on sale. I really want to go Friday night because I can't go on a school night.
Yeah, no kidding. We can't be out that late. But also, why we gotta wait so long?
Oh, I don't know. That is a little bit of a gap.
Well, we'll make it. I believe in us.
They probably have to transfer the ice to the arena.
That's probably what it is. Okay, Michigan's own Breakaway Festival is getting bigger every single year. I don't know if you've never been out there to Belknap Park for that specific festival.
Not for that, no, but you're right. I know there's big names that have been there in the past.
Oh, yeah. I mean, last year they had Deadmau5. There's some other really great ones. And the year before, the Chainsmokers. But this year, I do believe this might be the biggest headliner of all, coming to Belknap Park on August 16th and 17th. They're bringing Marshmello to town.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I'm so amped. I've always wanted to see Marshmello, and I always miss him all over the place. Other big lineup announcements include Slander, Alice in Wonderland, and Louis the Child, who I'm also super excited to see because I've always wanted to see Louis the Child, and he doesn't really come to this area. They're also bringing back the Silent Disco this year, as well as featuring several Michigan artists on the lineup, which I think is pretty cool to have some people of our own there. You can find out more and get details right now inside the Mix 95.7 app.
And your final need to know news story takes us to Switzerland. A man from Florida took a trip overseas to Switzerland and ended up with a phone bill of $143,000.
Did he not switch his phone over to international mode?
No, while he was overseas, he was in roaming, and that's how he got hit with the massive charges.
So I called, and the girl put me on hold for a while, and she says, let me check this out and get back to you. She gets back, yeah, no, this is a good bill. What do you mean it's a good bill? Well, this is what you owe. You're crazy.
You dummy. I mean, I know maybe if you don't travel internationally much, you might not know better. But yeah, when I went to Hong Kong, I left my phone off the entire time because I was was so afraid someone would call me, because even if they call you and you don't answer, it's like $13.
You're like, no.
No, that spam call wasn't worth it.
That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. I've talked to my wife about different ideas in the past of how we could make extra money. Not like an OnlyFans, but I was like, oh my God, Lindsay, sell feet pics or something. People will pay for that, or your underwear. And understandably, she didn't want to do the underwear thing. But Laura, this past weekend, we ran into a woman and we somehow started talking about how she sold feet pics. And now I think I got Lindsay actually wanting to do it. Let's actually bring my wife, Lindsay, on. Hey, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh my gosh, Lindsay, I'm sorry that we're bringing you into this. I know that you have like coworkers and bosses that listen, but I appreciate you being patient with us this morning on this. So, okay, are you genuinely considering selling these feet pictures?
I don't know if I could ever actually go through with it, but like we were hanging out with this girl and I'd had a few drinks and she was telling us like how much money she made doing it, and I was shocked and I was like, maybe I should. I don't know. Like,
okay, wait.
I got student loans. Like, you don't show your face. I don't know.
Listen, I get it. As someone who has to pay off my student loans, agreed. But exactly how much money did she say she makes?
I think she said she made like $8,000 one year, like only doing it just a little bit on the side. So I was like, I mean, it's not like an income, but like as a side hustle, I don't know. But again, I just don't know that I could ever actually bring myself to go through with it.
Wait, are you having second thoughts about this? You were all in the other night.
Joe's like, no, our income's
We need to make money. Listen, Joe, I need you to divert your eyes. I'm taking my socks off right now because I got some money to make on the side. Listen, I get it, Lindsay. If you decide to do this, you can be anonymous. No one will ever know you're doing this. But I've considered it in the past, especially during the pandemic when like a lot of things were drying up for me financially. And I was like, you know what? I'm just sitting here in the house. I could just take some feet pictures. You know, my toes are okay looking. I think I would be worried that if I didn't make enough money, though, that I would think that my feet were ugly and then I'd have a complex about it for the rest of my life.
Well, one, feet are ugly. I don't care who you are, the hottest woman or man in the world, feet are disgusting. But number two, though, it's like, Lindsay, what are you afraid? I appreciate your bosses at Meyer listening. Thank you so much for employing my wife.
Yes.
But I mean, is there a policy? Can we get Meyer HR on this one?
I was say, is this against the rules at your work or anything?
I don't know, but I'm not going to ask. I'd rather be safe.
What an awkward meeting that is to set up with HR. Hey, so am I allowed to sell feet pics or not?
I'll ask then if you're that embarrassed about it. I don't care.
Oh, gosh.
If you're the HR at Meyer Corporate, 616-600-0957. Can my wife sell her feet pics and keep her job?
Or anywhere. If you're HR anywhere, I'd love to hear if this is a policy that can actually be enforced either way in Michigan. Because I know there's a lot of laws where they can't really come for you for things like this, right?
I don't know.
It's just like, I don't know. But now I'm worried that they're going to try to find feet and then just attribute them to me against my will.
I would love to hear from somebody that knows anything about this. Like if you've sold some feet pics or just anything online where there's no face involved, you don't be naked or anything like that. 616-600-0957. I mean, $8,000 a year, honey. Like if we ever had a kid, we could pay for their college.
I don't think you could pay for college on $8,000 a year, Joe.
Yeah, no, that's not what college costs.
All right, Lindsay, thanks for hopping on. Have a good day at Meyer.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Okay.
Oh, hey, and no sandals or flip-flops. You pay for those pics.
Fun fact, due to safety rules, we can't wear open-toed shoes often anyway.
So now you'll never get busted. This is genius.
Still wondering if there's any HR people out here that can actually help out with this conversation. We're the Big Joe and Laura Show on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix. My wife, Lindsay, I'm trying to convince her to sell feet pics. We talked to a lady the other day. A couple of drinks were going, so I think everybody's a little bit looser. And she said, yeah, I sold feet pics last year and made about $8,000.
Which is so easy. Like, I'm over here taking my socks off, ready to start my new career. And
Lindsay's just so worried about doing it. She's like, I'm going to get in trouble if I do this at work. I'm like, I don't think you will.
As long as you don't do it at work, I can't imagine they can yell at you for that, right? You're not doing anything illegal. You're not showing anything. There's no moral problems with this. It's just feet pics.
616-600-0957 if you got any advice on that, but also just your thoughts here about selling those feet pics online.
We got Jeff in Grand Rapids on the line. Jeff, have you ever considered doing this? Because I have, and I'm not going to shame anybody for it, but I've never been brave enough to actually take the leap.
I actually want to do it. It's
Ooh.
a time thing. I have a whole idea of like creative places. My feet are size 13s. And
Oh,
I
so you
think
got big feet.
people, yes, people like big feet.
Can you charge
So,
more for the bigger the shoe size?
Yeah, is that a thing?
I don't know. But I thought about, feet at the beach, feet doing gardening, feet, and then there are some crazy people out there with fetishes, feet in a pile of manure, because you can wash them off. Like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
difference does it make?
Listen, for enough money, I'll step in crap. That's fine. It's
Exactly. If someone wants to pay to see that, what difference does it make to me? It's clean as far as I'm concerned because it's feet. It's not like private parts. So,
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
And that's
totally
the
thought
reason
about
I've
doing
thought
that.
about it too, because I'm like, listen, there's nothing I'm showing that I wouldn't show if I was walking around in my own yard. I'm not breaking any laws.
Exactly.
Like,
We should do it together.
Can I make a deal with you? And this is my proposal. I'll take photos of you, like the thing on the foot on the beach or whatever, stepping in manure. I was thinking about I forget what it's called, but I saw this before. I'm not going whatever people like. It's where like bigger people sit on people and crush them. But I want to do that with my feet and crush like Cheetos and crush like
There are
food.
people who would pay money for that.
That's what I'm saying. I can
Why
use my
not?
big toes just to crush food.
honestly, I feel like we all have a side hustle now. The three of us could go in on this, and we probably could make a decent chunk of money.
I'll take it. I'll swap pick for pick.
Sounds good, guys. I'm here for it.
All right, Jeff, thank you for the call. We actually have oh my gosh, Haley in Plainwell is on hold. We're going to talk to her coming up in a few minutes. She says that her friend got sued for selling her feet pics. We are the Big Joe and Laura Show here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. It blows my mind. Somebody told my wife and I, Lindsay, that they made $8,000 last year just by selling feet pictures. Nothing super dirty, just their feet that people were into.
And I'm a little jealous. I don't think I'm brave enough, but we're asking, would you be willing to do this, or do you know anyone that has? You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957. Haley in Plainwell, you said you know somebody who made some pretty decent money selling feet pics, right?
One of my friend's cousins, I'm actually really good friends with her, whatever, she actually did that for quite a while. She did it for about 4 years, and she did it like that, strictly that. She made some bank. The 1 year, she made over $15,000 that year.
Holy cow.
The next year, she made more than my income salary. Yes, let's just say that, because I make good money. And then the last year she did it, she made about $85,000.
Okay, so Joe, it's been great doing this morning show with you, but I think I gotta go take pictures of my feet somewhere else.
Right. So the only thing I can say though is because she doesn't do it no more, because she actually ended up getting sued.
Wait, how?
She used a local band's poster, and because they actually trademarked their
Like their
musicians
logo?
and
Their
whatnot.
likeness?
Yeah, like their logo type thing. They trademarked it or whatever, and she had used it just to put her feet on in one of those videos, and they actually were able to sue her for about $50,000.
Oh my God.
See, now I'm afraid to do anything with my feet. I'm just going to keep my socks on.
No, you know what? If someone wants to play our show in the background.
Best advice, blank background.
I was gonna say, if someone wants to play our show in the background while they're taking feet videos, I would be happy to sue you for that money, because I could use it right now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Haley and Plainwell, thanks for being part of the Big Joe and Laura Show.